Hey everybody, I just wanted to do a little video on the stuff that I use to be able to start growing my hydroponic vegetables and lettuce and stuff using the Kratky method. I got all my stuff on Amazon and I just kind of laid it all out here. I got the hydroponic lettuce with 8/15/36 off of Amazon for nutrients, and then it recommended in the user comments that you get some calcium nitrate to add to that and Epsom salt to be able to get the complete nutrient solution. And one of the most important things with when you start your germination and when you start your plants in the water, you need to pH balance your city tap water so that it's not outside the range what the plant is going to be able to germinate in. So I bought this, I believe, on Amazon, a pH tester. It was if I remember correctly, it was like $15, so not too expensive. And I just take a bit of water and swish that around in it. It gives me the number, which in my case, my city water is just about 6.5, which is close to being okay for being able to germinate your plants. But I bring it down. Actually, I try to get it below 6, which is, I think, better. And all I do to bring it down is just use lemon juice. Just figure out if you take a gallon jug of water, which is what I did. Just measure off a gallon of water from your tap, out of your tap, and then put your pH tester in it and see what your pH level is, and then add a teaspoon of lemon juice and swish it around and test it again, and then you'll see how far it come down, and that'll give you an idea with 1 teaspoon how far it come down. And then what you can do is just, if however much more you want to come down, multiply. That'll tell you how many more teaspoons you need to add. And then once you've got that information, you could even convert it into tablespoons, so you know how many tablespoons per gallon you need to be able to pH balance 1 gallon of water. And then one of the things that I've used to start the grow process here was these like Rubbermaid totes. So you can see I covered them in a tin tape to keep they were translucent, so I wanted to make them transparent or opaque, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I wanted to make them opaque, so I put this tin tape. I'll get to that later. So these totes were 10 gallons. So I just filled them up with water and then multiplied my calculation that I made for 1 gallon by the number of teaspoons I would need for that whole tote, and I pH balanced the whole tote. After I had the tote pH balanced, then I took some of the water out of it and I put it into this little tray. And all this is one of those trays you can get from the grocery store that has like your, I think this one is from Hot Cross Buns. Yeah. So I just I grabbed a couple of my Groden cubes here, the 1-inch cubes. I got those off of Amazon as well. Oh no, sorry, I didn't. I bought that at a local hydroponic store for, as you can see, $15. And I'm in Canada for anybody watching from the States. And I just put that under the tap water and soak it until it's saturated, and then down into the bottom of the tray here. I just fill it up so that the clay balls that you can also buy on Amazon media are not buried, not like maybe a third of the way submerged in the water, and then you could sit your Groton cubes on top of them, and then they'll kind of wick the water up into them and keep them moist. I don't know if you need to do that, but I figured that it'd be good so that during the germination phase, they weren't completely saturated. And then all I did was just put the lid on the thing, and then I could check it like that, and some of them germinated in a week and some of them germinated in 2 weeks. And then after they germinated, I mixed up my solution. It had instructions for how to mix it all up. Came right stuck to the bag, so pretty stupid proof, I mean. And then what I did was I don't know if you've seen, if you look at some of my other videos, I reload for handgun shooting. And so I have a Hornady scale here, which has the capability of measuring in grams. And so I put my scale on there, zero it out, and then I have a pretty accurate way of measuring how much of the nutrient solution I'm putting in. Now, I mentioned in my last video that I thought that maybe my plants weren't doing well because as soon as they were germinated, I put them into nutrient solution water in the Rubbermaid totes, and I think I should have waited to add the nutrient solution. I think I should have put them into nutrient or pH balanced water and let them get some decent, maybe 3 or 4 inch roots, or maybe even get 3 or 4 inches high, and then add the nutrient solution. I'm going to try that next time I go through the process. So I was telling you that I pH balanced the whole tub of water, and then I just grab a bucket of this, put the lid on it, and add the nutrients, shake it up one at a time. You start with the hydroponic urban lettuce nutrients, put that in, shake it up, mix it up real good, dump it in the bucket, and then I get another scoop full, and I add the calcium nitrate. They have to be added in separately. Put that in just to this much, do it just with this much water, shake it up, get it to dissolve into that much water, stir it if you have to, dump it in, and then get another scoop and add the amount of Epsom salts that it recommends there. And yeah, that's how I went with that. I keep track of what I'm growing with these little stake pockets and a Sharpie, and then here's the net cups that I find are going to be the best. The smaller ones, I believe these are 1.5 inches or maybe 2 inch. I don't remember. It probably says on the bag here 2 inch. So those 2 inch are perfect size. They fit the Groton cubes there. Groton cube will slide right in there. I'll take you over and show you. And here's that metal tape that I used to black out the Rubbermaid bin. So I just took, sorry about the camera, I don't have a mount or anything for this type of filming. So I just took a strip of that, stuck it on, and it's used for HVAC purposes. I got it from a buddy at work. He gave me some of that, and so I just wrapped that around the whole bucket so that with my grow light on, I wouldn't have any light getting inside and then making my water grow mold. So as you can see, like, I'm thinking that maybe after my plants got to this size with the butter crunch lettuce here and the kale, after they got to that size, it might have been a better time to think about adding the nutrients, or even the size of these peppers here. But they're starting to get roots now. I know I showed you in the last video, but they're getting longer, and the basil's coming up. It's starting to get its second set of real leaves. You can see the first set that come up are down here when it germinates. I don't know, maybe I'll get in closer. This is the set that comes up when it germinates, and then this is its first real true set of leaves, and mine are just starting their second set of true leaves. Getting a bigger root system there, so that's okay, it's all good. And then like I was saying there earlier, this is how those Groton rock wool fit right nicely into those 2 inch net cups, so that's pretty cool. And then so two other things I guess I had left I wanted to show everybody. If you don't want to buy one of those pH testers, then you could just get something simple for measuring your pH, just litmus paper. And I think I got 2 packs this size with a whole bunch of strips in there. Those were, this was, I don't know, like maybe $1, maybe $1.50. Then you just dunk it in the water and compare the colors onto the chart here, and then that tells you what number you're at for your pH. And like I said, I just tried when I did it to bring it down below 6, so that it wasn't too outside the range of what the plants are capable of germinating in. And the other thing that I wanted to tell you guys about was an EC meter. And what that does is allow you to measure the level of particles of the nutrient solution that you have in your water. So it recommends, for instance, for the hydroponic lettuce, it says it wants a conductivity of 1,500 parts per million plus the salt water, or source water, excuse me. So I measure my source water first, and that gives me the base of what I'm starting with. And then I add all my nutrients, and I use this tool to measure it again to find out what it's at. And then that tells me if I have enough nutrients in the water. So usually when you start, it's really low. My base is for like 45 ppm, really low. Not very much minerals or nutrients in the water whatsoever. It's all been taken out for drinking from the city. And what we're doing with adding the nutrients is we're putting a bunch of minerals and food in there for the plants to be able to eat that they would normally take from the soil. So you want to raise that up, make sure you're in the right range for the type of plant you're going. And if you do a Google search online, I did a couple there, you can find some spreadsheets which show for peppers and carrots and cucumber, lettuce, or herbs, what part per million you want to be at for your nutrient solution. So maybe in a future video I'll try to make sure that I explain how this instance went, where I had the nutrient solution in as soon as they were germinated, and or when the next time I do it without nutrient solution and wait with just pH balanced water until they're 4 inches high or so, adding it in after, and see how much better they grow. I'll have to go over that in a future video because I'm not there yet. But anyway, that's it for this time. I hope I was able to get enough information, stumbling over my words and such, that people are able to understand the basics anyway of what to expect when starting out hydroponics for the Kratky method. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, post them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. Okay, have yourself a great day, and keep it real.